I now look to Piers Corbyn to open the case for the opposition.
Well, it's really good to be here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be funny enough, but we'll have a go. So I'm going to begin with good evening. I hear silence. Any response? Good evening. Good evening. Good, thank you. But that actually ruins a belief I had, which was the device which a lost lecturer has to use if he doesn't know if he's speaking in Imperial College or Oxford or Cambridge. If you say good evening in Oxford, I'm told, they say good evening, sir, and you didn't do that. In Cambridge, they say good evening, like you did, and in Imperial College, they write it down, which is where I come from. Now, you notice a stain on me here. It's not a stain on my personality, it's on my shirt, and it's an ersatz. This is a Oxford word. It means pretend if you're in Imperial College. It's an ersatz. It's making me an ersatz member of the Bullingdon Club to show that I've just wrecked a restaurant, or, in the case of recent members of the Bullingdon Club, an economy. Now, my USPs for being here is, one, I'm a world leader in long-range forecasting. You can believe it or not, but go on the web and here's a globe, which we're going to come to shortly, illustrating the jet stream. This is not a slapstick prop, it's just a prop. We'll talk about that later, but that's my first USP. My second USP, I was president of Imperial College Student Union, and the first democratically elected one from 1969 to 1970. Before that, they were appointed by the Student Union Council to get on well with the rector. And we changed the constitution, and then they elected me to not get on well with the rector. But in the course of that, I had tea with the Queen. Or, as Theresa May would say in her capacity as the First Lady of the about-to-be-formed Women's Bullingdon Club, the Queen had tea with me. Now, my third USP is I'm my brother's brother. Or to be more precise, he used to be my brother, now I'm his brother. But, you know, I do not regret that at all. I think it's a great, great thing, and the answer is for you guys to vote, need I tell you? Labour. How about saying it? 1, 2, 3, Labour. Well, I heard somebody say it. Now, on day one, I've got to get time to the serious stuff. How many minutes have I got? Am I doing all right? Okay. I hope this has got to be 3 minutes this page. Right. Day one of the next Parliament. If my brother wins, what I think he'll do is issue steel toe-cap boots to all of the BBC to save costs of the NHS when they decide to put their feet in front of his car to make it look as if they've been run over. Now, if Theresa May gets there, I think she'd say, I'm going to show that I'm awkward. And the first thing I'm going to do is bomb Macron. Okay, so she'll bomb Macron. She'll pick up the phone to bomb, Trident or whatever, Trident. But funnily enough, Donald Trump will answer the phone and say, Theresa, with the H, Theresa, T-H, Reza, you don't seem to understand that you're part of NATO, and that's me. That's me, okay. And then he'll say, look, but don't you realise anyway, Trident doesn't work. You tried it yourself. You hid it from the Commons. It didn't work. It's only there because it's obsolete. It's obsolete technology. It would fail because it would be destroyed at sea anyway. But we only talk about it to upset the Labour Party, to give them something to split about. That's what it's for, Theresa, don't you realise? And I suggest, Theresa, you go off torturing and killing foxes instead. Okay, now I'm going to get to something serious. Sorry about this. But look, man-made climate change is nonsense. Now, I know I've upset almost everybody in here by saying that. And that is both the lukewarmest view, who say, well, okay, CO2 has some effect, or the ones who say it's got a very important effect. I say it's 0, 0, 0, 0, no effect. Okay, it's actually a tool of globalisation to sell deindustrialisation to the working class. Hence we have the Rust Belt in North America and a similar Rust Belt in the north of England. Now, interestingly, both Putin and Trump now say it is nonsense and climate is changing naturally. Now, I know I'm upsetting lots of you, but okay, let's just look at the facts. First of all, the fact is that carbon dioxide levels follow temperature levels, not the other way around, they follow them. There's a lag time of some centuries on average, but they follow them. In other words, temperatures rule the CO2. The second problem with it is that if man's CO2 is going to be important, it has to somehow be more important than nature's CO2. Now, nature's CO2, which is only 0.04% of the total atmospheric composition, man's CO2 is only 4% of that. So how can man's 4% of the total CO2 make the other CO2 do what you claim it does? Well, it requires a conspiracy of nature. I mean, I know some of you like conspiracy theories, but this is just mad. It would mean that termites have to follow what man does. You drive a car down the road, the termites think, oh my goodness me, man is making CO2, let's do it. Okay? Termites produce 10 times as much CO2 as man. So if you want to reduce CO2, you should have war on termites, not war on the working class of the north of England. Is that a good idea or not? Yep, someone said yes. Good. Okay. The sea rules, because the sea has got 50 times more CO2 in it than the air, and the temperature of the sea goes up or down, and CO2 comes off or goes in. Like you warm a bottle of pop, CO2 comes out. Come on our website, weatheraction.com, to see more. And the last point is that all the weather extremes we see now are not any evidence of climate change due to CO2 at all. They're evidence against. Because what we have is, this is the globe, by the way, this is the jet stream, which is the rapidly moving air which goes round the globe, okay? And it goes this way. And let's find the British Isles somewhere. There we are. Okay, now the point about the jet stream is that when it's a warmer world, the jet stream comes further north. Okay, so the colder area above the jet stream is lower. Okay. So what we should have now is the jet stream further north. Well, we don't. We have a longer jet stream, which is on average further south, and it's wildly changing. It's a wild jet stream. It's actually a signature of a mini ice age. And last time we had this sort of thing, like 1816, we'd had the year of no summer, but we also had a warm Arctic that year. That's because the jet stream both took warm air upwards and cold air downwards. You see, it made wild changes. And we're having these wild changes now, and they are going to carry on for the next 20 years. Now, okay, so why do you believe in something which is not true? There's no evidence for it. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 evidence for it. Okay, I'll give you a little story. 2004. How much time have we got? 1 minute. Oh my God. Can I have a slight extension? I'll be as quick as I can. I didn't see those coming there. Honest. Okay. I don't have time for this. I better give it a go. Okay. 2004, I was invited to the Global Oil Summit in Houston, Texas, right? Gave a speech about what I just said to you. And then this guy comes up, and a lot of people there, director of Iraqi oil, President Putin's scientific advisor, Andrei Ilyanov, right? I'm walking back to, and Ilyanov says, oh, Mr. Corbyn, I want you to sit beside me at dinner. I said, okay. So we did. And then this guy comes up and said, Mr. Corbyn, I just want to show you that we're on this case. I said, yeah, okay. And he flicked through this folder, and he had the diagrams, maps, graphs, like I'd just shown people. I said, well, what have you got them here for? Because you know it already. He said, yeah, we just want to know from a real scientist what's going on. Okay, fine. So they know what's going on. So later on, we asked them for money. And we asked the United Nations for money too, to do research. And they said, the oil company said, no, we don't want to upset the green lobby. We do not want to upset the green lobby. And Tillerson must have been in this meeting, by the way. The point being, they've worked out they can make more money by the global warming story than by speaking the truth. Oil companies, like all big companies, want to know two things. One, what's really happening. Two, how to make money. And they can keep up oil price by this. And I have to end just about there, I'm told, but I'm going to tell you that this winter is going to have some extreme cold in it. Not all the way through, but we're heading into an era of some very extreme cold spells in winters. So I look forward to it. Thank you.